Hello and welcome to Learn Penang Hokkien. My name is Timothy and you're watching a series of videos that teaches you how to speak and use Penang Hokkien, the dialect of the Hokkien language used in Penang as well as the northern part of West Malaysia. Before I start on today's lesson, I want to introduce you to the Learn Penang Hokkien Facebook group. That's where you can interact with other enthusiasts of Penang Hokkien. It's also a place where you can ask questions and also share any opinion that you may have. So I'm going to put the link to the Facebook group on the page. You can see it right here and also in the description. So if you're interested in Penang Hokkien, go and join the Learn Penang Hokkien Facebook group. And now to today's lesson. Today's lesson is lesson number 11 and we are going to work on measurements. Yeah, today's lesson is on words related to measuring things. And there's going to be 12 different words that we are going to learn, one of which you have already learned in the lesson on money. But we are going to do a quick recap of that word and also introduce 11 more. This lesson is going to be split into 3 parts. This is the first part where we will go through 6 different words related to measurements. In the second part, we'll go through another 6 and then finally we'll do some exercises. Okay? And let's begin. The first word that we are learning today is J. J means much. And you have seen this word before in the lesson on money, as in choche. Choche means how much. When you are asking about the price of something, you will say choche, how much. And you can also ask choche as in how much or how many things. Like, I have a lot of boxes. What would jin je a? And then somebody asks you, how many? The person will ask choche. And you say, I have 20 boxes. What would ji chap a? So again, choche is used not only for money, you can also use it for things, whether it is countable or uncountable. What would jin che guleng? I have a lot of milk. Choche, how much? How much milk? What would sa thang e guleng? I have 3 drums of milk. Sa thang can be 3 tanks or 3 drums. So, wa u sa thang e guleng means I have 3 drums of milk. I have a lot of milk. Wa u jin je guleng. Jin je means a lot of. Je means many and jin means very. So it's like very many or very much. I have very much milk. Jin je guleng. On the other hand, if you have very little, little is jio. Not the little as in small, but little as in few. So little as in few is jio. Jio. Jio is how little. Wa u jin jiu lui. Wa u jin jiu lui. I have very little money. And then people ask you, jiu lui, or simply jiu. How little or how little money. Wa balu u go lui. I only have 5 cents. Wa balu u go lui. Balu is just. Wa balu u go lui, I just have 5 cents. You can also say, wa balu u go lui nia. So I only have 5 cents only. Wa u jin jiu lui, I have very little money. Wa u jin jiu yam, I have very little salt. Jiu, how little? Wa balu u go gram e yam nia. I only have 5 grams of salt. So jin jiu is very little. Jiu is how little. So remember, cho is how. So, cho che, how much. Cho chiu is how little. Jin che, very much. Jin chiu is very little. The next one that we want to learn is teng. Teng is long and is used for length as well as for duration. So, chile to teng jin teng. This table is very long. How long is cho teng? Chile to teng chap ji chiu teng. This table is 12 feet long. You can also say chile to teng chap ji chiu e teng. So you can say chile to teng chap ji chiu teng or chile to teng chap ji chiu e teng. When you use the possessive particle a, you see that the word no longer Sunday. Chap ji chiu is in the citation form chap ji chiu e teng instead of chap ji chiu teng. If it's without the possessive particle a, it's chap ji chiu teng. But with the possessive particle a, it becomes chap ji chiu e teng. Chile to teng jin teng. This table is very long. Cho teng. Chile to teng chap ji chiu e teng. Teng can also be used for duration, the length of time. Chile hi jin teng. This show is very long. How long? Chile hi cho teng. Or simply, how long? Cho teng. Chile hi sa tiam cheng e teng. This show is 3 hours long. Chile hi sa tiam cheng e teng. So 3 hours long is also will use teng. And another word that you want to learn is gu. Gu also means long and is also for a duration of something, but it's used for a period of time such as I waited for you for a long time. Wat tan lu jin gu. I waited very long is wat tan jin gu. I waited for you very long. Wat tan lu jin gu. Lu tan wa chok gu. You waited for me how long? Chok gu is how long. Wat tan lu no tiam cheng. I waited for you for 2 hours. Jin gu. Yes, very long. So, gu is used for waiting time, whereas teng is used for a duration of something. You need to familiarize yourself when to use teng and when to use gu. If you wait for something, it is gu, but a duration of something is teng. If a show, it is teng. If you wait for someone, it is gu. The next one we want to learn is lao. Lao means old. It is used usually for things that are alive as well as things that are big. So, let's say your grandfather. How old is your grandfather? Lu e kong cho lao. Lao is old. Cho lao is how old. Why kong jin lao? My grandfather is very old. Why kong cao chap ji hui liao? My grandfather is 92 years old. Lu e kong jin lao. Your grandfather is very old. Jin lao, very old. Cho lao is how old. Another word that we translate into English as old is gu. But gu is used mostly for objects and not alive. For example, you can say chile tu jin gu. This cupboard is very old. Chile si kotong tu. This is an antique cupboard. Chile tu choku. How old is this cupboard? Chile tu choku. How old is this cupboard? Chile tu chipa chap ji ni liao. This cupboard is 112 years already. Chile tu jin ku lo. This cupboard is very old. So you put lo as an expressive particle to express a surprise. Oh, 这个图真古老. Okay, low to express a sort of surprise. Oh, this cupboard is very old. 真古 is very old. 足古 is how old. And you don't use 古 for people. You can't say, why 阿公真古? You can't say, my grandfather is very old and use the word 古. No, that's wrong. You can't say, why 阿公真古? Or why 公真古? My grandpa is very old. If you want to say your grandpa is very old, you have to say, why 阿公真老? Lao always for people and 古 for objects. And there are instances where both are applicable, such as your house. Why 厝真老? Why 厝真古? Some can be used in both places, but for people, you don't use 古. For people, you must use 老. 做老 is how old, and 做古 is also how old, but you have to see whether the thing is alive or not. If it's a human, if it's an animal, you would use 老. Why 狗真老? My dog is very old. 做老 how old? Why 狗19歲了? My dog is 19 years old already. 19歲 is 19 years old. We use the word 歲 for years old. So, 我會講92歲了. My grandpa is 92 years old. 我會講真老. 我會講真老. My grandfather is very old. My dog is very old. And so that concludes the first part of our lesson on measurements. We have learned 6 words related to measurements. They are 借 means many, 久 means few, 長 means long, and long can be used for length as well as for time, the duration of being long. And then we learn 久 means a long time, wait for a long time, 久. And then 老 is old, 古 is also old. So 老 and 古 means almost the same. And then 古 and 古 sound almost the same. If you are not clear about this, I hope you'll repeat this lesson a few times so that it becomes clearer to you. And in the next part, we'll learn another 6 words related to measurements. So I'll see you very, very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Learn Penang Hokkien. We are now in lesson 11, the lesson on measurements. In the first part of this lesson, we learned 6 words related to measuring things. And now we are going to learn another 6 more. The first one that we are going to learn is tang. Tang is heavy. So, if you want to say how heavy it is, 做tang. How heavy? So you can say, wow, what 真重了? I'm very heavy already. 做重 how heavy? 我73 kilo 了. I am already 73 kilos. Someone else says, 我本真重 I'm also very heavy. 做重我49 kilo 了. I'm 49 kilos already. And then you would say, 無重啦. Not heavy at all. 49 kilo 無重. 73 kilo 巴魯重. 49 kilos isn't heavy. 73 kilos is heavy. So, 做重 is how heavy. And 真重 is very heavy. So, the opposite of 重 is keen. Keen is light. This paper is very light. 這個紙真輕。做輕，我拉沙是巴魯1 gram 爾。我拉沙是 I feel it is only 1 gram 爾 1 gram only. So, 這個紙真輕。This paper is very light. How light? 做輕。這個紙1 gram 爾。This paper is only 1 gram. 真正輕 very, very light. 真正 is also like 真. It means very. So you can use jin, and you can use jin jia. These are adverbs, and we will revisit adverbs in a future lesson. So right now it's just an intro into some adverbs. So the adverbs that you have just seen is jin. Jin means very, and jin jia also mean very. Jin tang, jin jia tang, jin kin, jin jia kin. And from the words that we learned earlier, jin gu, very long. Jin teng, also very long. Like for example, the road is very long. Hele lo jin teng. Lo is road. Hele lo jin teng. That road is very long. This road is not long. Chi tiao lo bo teng. Chi le lo bo jin jia teng. This road is not very long. The next word that we want to learn is jua. Jua is hot. Jin jua, very hot. Kinjit jin jua, today is very hot. Cho jua, how hot. Kinjit sa chap ji to, today is 32 degrees. 32 degrees is sa chap ji to. So to means degree. And this degree is also used for the degree of measuring things geometrically. Like 90 degrees is cao chap to. Sa chap ji to is also degree, but if you want to make it clearer, then you have to say sa chap ji to Celsius. Kim Ma Lun Jin Leng. Cameron Highlands is very cool, very cooling. So Leng is cold or cooling. Cameron Highlands is called Kim Ma Lun, and if you are not familiar with Malaysia, Cameron Highlands is a highland part of Malaysia, and the air there is usually quite cool. Kim Ma Lun Jin Leng. Kim Ma Lun Leng meh is to ask, is Cameron Highlands cool? Kim Ma Lun bo leng liao means Cameron Highlands is not cold anymore. I repeat, Kim Ma Lun leng meh is Cameron Highlands cold or cool? Kim Ma Lun bo leng liao. Kim Ma Lun or Cameron Highlands is not cold or cool anymore. Bo leng meh, not cool? Quy to, how many degrees? So quy is how many, you have learned it before also, like in quy lui. Quy lui is how much money. So here is quy to, how many degrees? Balu ji chap to, only 20 degrees. Bo leng liao, not cool anymore. Kim Ma Lun balu ji chap to, Cameron Highlands is only 20 degrees. Penang ni? Penang jin jua. How about Penang? Penang is very hot. Cho jua, how hot? Penang sa chap ji to kinjit, or Penang kinjit sa chap ji to. Penang is 32 degrees today. Wow, kinjit Penang jin jua. Wow, today Penang is very hot. The next word that we want to learn is cha. Cha is early. Lu jin cha, you are early. Ucha me? Ucha me? Is it early? Am I early? Ucha me? Ooh, yes. So you can say si, or you can say u to mean yes. Cho cha. Cho cha, how early? Lu chitiam ching cha. You are early by 1 hour. Lu chitiam ching cha is you are early by 1 hour. Lu pua tiam ching cha, you are early by half an hour. Waki jin cha, I wake up very early. Cho cha, how early? Waki go tiam, I wake up at 5 o'clock. Waki jin cha, waki go tiam. Wa is late. Lu jin wa, you are very late. Wa me, am I late? Ua, yeah. Ua is yeah. Lu chitiam ching wa, You are late by 1 hour. Lu 一點鐘晚. You are late by 1 hour. Lu 真晚. You are very late. Lu 真正晚. You are very late. 昨晚 how late? 一點鐘晚. 1 hour late. So those are the 6 words that we are learning in this second part. They are tang means heavy, kin means light, jua means hot, leng means cold, cha means early, and wa means late. Put together our words, the words that we learned today, 12 altogether. And in the next part, we are going to do some exercises related to measurements. And I'll see you very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Learn Penang Hokkien. We are in lesson 11, the lesson on measurements. And now we have reached the section on exercises. For today's exercises, I'm going to give you sentences in Penang Hokkien. I need you to translate them into English. This is part of giving you exposure to how words and sentences in Penang Hokkien are delivered, and as you get more and more accustomed to words, to sentences in Penang Hokkien, then you'll be able to understand them and your fluency in the language will improve. So the sentences that we are going to do today are related to the lesson of today, which is on measurements. And so for every sentence, I'm going to do a pause so that you can answer by giving the meaning of the sentence in English, and then I will give you the answer. Okay, we are going to start with the first sentence. And the first sentence is Lu u cho chê lui. Lu u cho chê lui. And the answer, you have how much money? Or how much money do you have? Number 2, wa bo chê lui. Wa bo chê lui. And the answer, I don't have much money. Number 3, wa balu u go ching ko. Wa balu u go ching ko. And the answer, I only have 5,000 ringgit. I only have 5,000 ringgit. Number 4, go ching ko bo jiu lui. Go ching ko bo jiu lui. And the answer, 5,000 ringgit is not a little bit of money. 5,000 ringgit is not a little bit of money. Sentence number 5. Go ching ko bun si jie lui. Go ching ko bun si jie lui. And the answer, 5,000 ringgit is also a lot of money. Sentence number 6. Chi tiao lo cho teng. Chi tiao lo cho teng. And the answer, how long is this road? Sentence number 7. Chi tiao lo balu no 4 meter e teng. Chi tiao lo balu no 4 meter e teng. And the answer, this road is only 200 meters long. Sentence number 8. Chi tiao lo bo teng. Chi tiao lo bo teng. And the answer, this road is not long. Sentence number 9. Watan lu jin gu. Watan lu jin gu. And the answer, I waited for you for a long time. Sentence number 10. Lu tan wa choku. Lu tan wa choku. And the answer, how long did you wait for me? How long did you wait for me? Sentence number 11. 我等你2點鐘半。我等你2點鐘半。And the answer, I waited for you for 2.5 hours. I waited for you for 2.5 hours. Sentence number 12. 你的媽做老。你的媽做老。And the answer, how old is your grandmother? How old is your grandmother? Sentence number 13. 我的媽87歲了。我的媽87歲了。And the answer, my grandmother is 87 years old already. My grandmother is 87 years old already. Sentence number 14. 你的媽真老。你的媽真老。And the answer, your grandmother is very old. Your grandmother is very old. Sentence number 15. 你的車足久。你的車足久。And the answer, how old is your car? How old is your car? Sentence number 16 is a long one. 我的車無舊，馬路買。我的車真新。我的車無舊，馬路買。我的車真新。And the answer, my car is not old, just bought. My car is very new. My car is not old, just bought. My car is very new. Sentence number 17. 我真重。我真重。And the answer, I'm very heavy. I'm very heavy. Sentence number 18. 你做重。你做重。And the answer, how heavy are you? How heavy are you? 我90 kilo 了。我90 kilo 了。And the answer, I'm already 90 kilos. I'm already 90 kilos. Sentence number 20. 哇，你真重。哇，你真重。And the answer, wow, you are heavy. Wow, you are heavy. Sentence number 21. 啥物物件真輕？啥物物件真輕？ And the answer, what thing is light? Or simply, what is light? Sentence number 22. 棉花真輕。棉花真輕。And the answer, cotton is very light. Cotton is very light. Sentence number 23. 這個水真熱。這個水真熱。And the answer, this water is very hot. This water is very hot. Sentence number 24. 這個水足熱。這個水足熱。And the answer, how hot is this water? How hot is this water? Sentence number 25. Chiếc chuối bê chập tò. Chiếc chuối bê chập tò. And the answer? This water is 80 degrees. This water is 80 degrees. Sentence number 26. Hami mikia chin leng. Hami mikia chin leng. And the answer? What item is very cold? Sentence number 27. Sân chin leng. Sân chin leng. And the answer? Ice is very cold. Ice is very cold. Sentence number 28. Kinjit wa cinca, ahok pula cinwa. Kinjit wa cinca, ahok pula cinwa. And the answer? Today I'm very early. Ahok, on the other hand, is very late. Today I'm very early. Ahok, on the other hand, is very late. Sentence 29. Lu cho cha, ahok cho wa. Lu cho cha, ahok cho wa. And the answer? How early are you? How late is ahok? And sentence number 30, which is the last one. Wacha chitiam ching. Ahok wa chitiam ching. Wacha chitiam ching. Ahok wa chitiam ching. And the answer? I'm early by 1 hour. Ahok is late by 1 hour. So that concludes this lesson on measurements. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you do, please take a moment to give this video a like so that YouTube will share with more people. We are very joyful when more and more people learn Penang Hokkien and get to know our language. Subscribe to the Learn Penang Hokkien YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that I can keep you informed every time I put out a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you again in the next lesson.